Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We'll give a quick shout out to Mrs. J because she said that the crew wasn't gonna like that song, and they in here jamming. Just like I told her that they would like that song, and they in here jamming. That's a little David Bowie. So yeah. I knew I was right. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. We're gonna go ahead and close out the show with the rants and the closings. We always let the guests go first. Jay Grizzly Green, what you got, bro?
Yo, I like to first thank you, Marcus J, for having me here throughout 2012. Thank you, Carlton. Thank you, Ruben, for just being great friends of mine throughout this, especially this hellacious football season. But I wanted to say things that I'm thankful for. I know Thanksgiving was like 6 weeks ago, but on the tail end of the year, I'm trying not to make a resolution because I know I'm going to break it on the second. But, looking back in 2012, especially since I turned another decade older, not 10 years in one spot, but, the clock is still clicking on me. One of the things that I'm recognizing is that time waits for no one. Time waits for no one. Yes, we don't know when that time is going to end, but time waits for no one. Each day, each hour, each second, you should be able to make a difference, do something positive, do something. Just do something. You don't want to stay stagnant. You don't want to have the next day, you don't want to have yesterday be the same the next day. So that's what I took from me in 2012. I've overcome some professional and personal obstacles to make it through this year is a blessing. I thank my Lord and Savior for my health and for some of the things that are being brought forth to me and my family. And for 2013, I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna David Boy it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So that's Grizzly's. That ain't even
Grizzly's
a gripe,
gripes.
right? No, that ain't even a gripe. That's just the way it is.
I
ain't got time. What she say?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's a great.
That's a country song.
You gotta love it.
You can remix it any way you want to.
You gotta love it. Carlton Banks, man. It's your time, man. It's not unusual, brother.
Yeah, I'm leaving what year is this? 12? Yeah, I'm leaving 2012 with this cough, and they're gonna hold me back in 2013.
Got some penicillin for that?
No, I got some Lavoxicin or something the guy gave me, man. Shut up over there, ugly hat. That's why for 4 years, the Pittsburgh Steelers got to know that the Cowboys whipped up on them, that we own them for another 4 years. Congratulations to the Deadskins for winning the NFC East.
For putting you out of your misery.
Yeah, I'm putting me out of my misery. Had to change profile pick. I won't be taking any more bets, at least until next season. At which time, I will re-rise like the Phoenix. Want to say shout out to the Stars and Squares and still a little bit from Marcus. Give it like a Lubin tube for Ruben. Yeah, he's over here looking at me, but I can't see him because I got the bridge on my hat down. I want to steal from everybody this year just because imitation is the best form of flattery.
There you go.
Again, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. I'm going to be kind of corny tonight. I can't be funny because this damn cough is
just tonight?
Oh. Just tonight. Oh, see, there you go. There you go. You want to come back at me. Don't make me get about the fool in the water.
We're going to have a special show here at the Ain't No Half Step. We're just going to have everybody get on Carlton.
I can try.
You still going? You got some more?
No, I threw the water back at you, bro.
All right, that's what's up. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Carlton Banks. That was Carlton's Corner. And, of course, it's time for the man to do what he does every single show, and that is smash on Big Rube.
Big Rube, last smash for 2012. Who can I piss off today? Well, I don't plan on doing that to anybody. So I want to take this time in my smash to apologize to some people who I after some rethought, I feel like I need to apologize for a couple different reasons. First of all, I'd like to apologize to my man, my mellow, Carlton Banks. You know, I always give you crap, but you're a Dallas fan, so you need to learn how to take it. I'm sorry that we beat you twice this year. I'm sorry that we won the NFC East. However, I'll be thinking about you next week when I'm in Landover, Maryland at the playoff game. I'd like to apologize to Chris Brown. You know, I've been real hard on Chris Brown this year. Normally because he does a lot of dumb stuff. And I don't really appreciate some of the things he does, and I feel like he gives Virginians a bad name. But when it's all said and done, I have to understand that he is a person. He is flawed. But, dog, please make some better choices in your life. I'm not saying girl choices. I'm saying personal choices. Think about what you say before you say it. And I hope I don't talk about you in 2013. But I know I'm probably going to have to. I'd like to apologize to Kim Kardashian and that other guy. Kanye West. I apologize to them because when it's all said and done, probably in about 3 weeks, you're probably going to come out with a pregnant sex tape, and it's going to be sad. And I really don't want you to do that. But I apologize because you're going to come up with that idea, and you're going to do it anyway. I'd like to apologize to Jay Grizzy. You know, I appreciate the fact that you come in here once, maybe twice a month, and you do your thing with us.
You apologizing for that?
I'm sorry your Steelers didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, that's what you're apologizing for.
You know,
okay.
I'm sorry that we allowed you to beat us to get your feelings up, and I'm sorry that you're not.
I can't hold that over
you.
I can't hold that over you because we ain't make the playoffs.
I appreciate that. I want to apologize to the people who listen to us because you know what? I'm a very opinionated person, and a lot of people don't like me. Apparently, I found out like 35% of the women this year don't like me. Don't. Excuse me. 35% of women like me, and the other 65 don't. However,
that's better than zero.
However, I'm not apologizing for me
right.
because you know what? It is about me, and there's sometimes things need to be said. Just because you don't like it, that don't mean that I shouldn't say it.
You sound like I know you're not Ruben Studdard because you're doing.
I was about that too. That was my next one. For everybody at the job, I wish you would stop calling me Ruben Studdard because then I'm forced not to help you. I mean, really, I've turned people down. That's not my name. I don't appreciate it.
You got a little bit more darker tint.
Yeah, and I'm like sick. I'm not like 6'6". Yeah, I'm not sorry for any of that garbage. You know, but when it's all said and done, the smash was good this year. I felt like I got a lot out. I felt like a lot of people disagree with me.
You had a lot of diarrhea moments.
I had a lot of that, and you know, honestly, I'm not sorry that I don't care because when it's all said and done, I speak my piece. I let it go, and you know what? If you can do that for yourselves, then you'll be a better person for it.
That's right.
2012 was excellent for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. 2013 is going to be fabulous. And you know what? For all those people who didn't listen to us, I'm sorry you didn't because you missed out on a great year. Big Rubes, the Smash. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, he just dropped the mic. Drop the mic. Ruben's not stuttered, right?
I will hit you.
No, I'm not, say it. No, I'm not gonna. I dare not say it. I'm more curious about the football season. You know, I have to go. I have to go there this year because we ran through that division as Steelers, except the Cowboys, and that was because of Ben. That was because of Ben.
It is.
And you know what? When it's all said and done, the only person's team who's going to the playoffs is mine.
Have you?
And that's
I know
it.
I came in on the second hour, but did you speak about how elated you were, how giddy you were about this victory? I mean, I don't know if you had enough airtime because I was with you last night.
And we saw how he lost his damn mind.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he enjoyed himself. He definitely enjoyed himself. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. We're going to have to leave it there in the show. And, of course, it's a lively show. It's a fun show. 2012 was a great year for us here, as Big Rube alluded to. Definitely happy the way the year went. This is the official all over the place end of the year rant. I've got a lot on my mind, so I thank you in advance for giving me just a few minutes to ramble on. First, as I did a few weeks ago, I just want to take this opportunity to thank my crew, It's been a great, great year. It's our first year on the air. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. I can't do this show without them. Of course, Jay Grizzly Green started it, and we took it over. We started the year as a group of dudes just talking about sports and issues close to our heart, kind of beer and wings kind of talk, conversations that we've always had at the local watering hole, just me and my homies. And we decided to expand our base a bit, and we decided to include the ladies as part of our crew. And, of course, comedian Lissa P was the first lady to join us, bringing sexy and bringing sassy and bringing funny and energy and all her unique perspective to every show she joined us on. We humbly thank her for being the first. Thank all the ladies who joined us regularly on the show. And as we began to grow, so did our crew and our subject matter. And I want to personally thank everyone once again for walking this walk with me. I hope that you all choose to carry on with me in 2013 as we continue to build our brand and build our show as the current and all-time highest rated show on globalscaleradio.net, which we have been for the entire run here on these airways. Now, there are a few things in 2012 we talked about throughout the year and in rants, and I want to briefly rap about a few of them. Sadly, almost all of them, all the stories I want to vent about center on guns and gun violence. We talked about the murder rate in Chicago. Last week, Chicago recorded their 500th murder. Now, while that's way below the peak of over 900 recorded in the early 90s, 500 in one town is tragic. There was much debate about whether President Obama should speak on it because, that's his hometown. Most folks in my inner circle don't think he should, but I still feel strongly that he should, even if in a subtle way, especially when he spoke out about high-profile mass shootings during his presidency. Some say that it's different. I understand that. But just this year alone, nearly every safe haven has been affected, from a movie theater to a mall to a church, and tragically an elementary school in Newtown, Connecticut. It has many of us wondering if it's safe anywhere, and the president needs to address that. I just think it would, I just think that it would say a lot to so many people if he mentioned his hometown. My friends and I disagree on this, and that's cool. But the NRA's response to the tragedy in Newtown is to arm teachers or to have armed guards in schools, going so far as to say that the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is with a good guy with a gun. So let me get this straight. You want to cut the teachers' pay and attack their teachers' unions, but arm them and task them with not only teaching, but also standing guard with a gun. By the way, who's going to pay for the training? Damn it, who's going to pay for the guns? The thought is so asinine, I question the intelligence of anyone who supports such nonsense. What if a teacher snapped and did something crazy? What if a child got to the gun and did something with it? I'm sorry, the answer is not more guns. And as insensitive as it may sound, some have suggested showing some of the murder victims of these mass shootings in photos to show the power of these assault rifles. Maybe then some of the gun lobbyists and gun enthusiasts will understand the need for sanctions. Before suggesting it won't work, consider the turn the civil rights movement took when Emmett Till's mother demanded an open casket funeral, and the photos of Emmett's badly beaten face were exposed for all to see. Not only did guns take the lives of 500 souls, nameless outside of Chicago city limits, they also took the lives of young Jordan Davis because his music was too loud, and young Trayvon Martin because he allegedly didn't belong in the affluent gated community he was murdered in. Their similarities include them both being teenage black males killed by overzealous, trigger-happy white men. One was public with witnesses. The other was in the shadows. And both were senseless. 2012 had its share of comedy as well, with the performance of the Republican presidential nominee and his running mate and their surrogates. Their antics were well documented and need no recap here, but I'll say this. Folks who do and say veiled racist things, then call you a racist for calling them out on it, are clever and subscribe to new age mind games and should be treated as true chess players, not checkers players. To compete with them, you must be mindful of their tactics. When they know subtle and not subtle digs when they take subtle and not so subtle digs at our president, Barack Hussein Obama, they do nothing short of riling up their base of folks who want nothing more than to see this man hanging from a tree. They should be held accountable for not speaking out on incidents that include T-shirts that say put the white back in the White House, hanging mannequins in the president's likeness, or social media posts calling the president of the United States every name except Obama. Folks who see it must speak out on it, because when we don't, we empower the haters. As I mentioned, this is all over the place. End of the year rant. So I appreciate the latitude my crew has given me. Oh, by the way, most reality TV is terrible. If the premise includes cussing, yelling, throwing chairs, jumping off tables, pulling off wigs, putting on Vaseline, taking off your earrings, competing to date someone, showing off your dysfunctional family, or otherwise embarrassing yourself, then it's a waste of airtime and a detriment to the impressionable minds who may be exposed to it. Period. That's the Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about in here today. It's the end of the show. Happy New Year. I want to say peace to the stars and all the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. We'll be back next year. Peace.